Hello, welcome to this Battlefield 3 optimization guide thingy. I'm here to give you an increase in frame rate, and not just a little bit increase, but a huge increase in your frame rate when you're using a GeForce GTX 260 card. I think also other cards also, but I'm sure of this card because I have it and my frame rates went up like woo. As you can see, I'm running is at 1280, 720, 60 Hertz. I do play this game with vertical sync, but I'm recording, so for recording purposes I use off. Texture quality high, shadows ultra, effects high, mesh low, terrain quality low, decoration high, post-anti-aliasing low because it gives you a more crisp image than the medium or high settings, and it doesn't anti-alias as much as medium and high settings, but medium and high just softens the picture even more, so I didn't like that, so low is perfect, at least for me. Motion blur off, I hate it. Anastrophic filtering 8 times, more than enough. Ambient occlusion off. It does have pretty big performance hit, but the game looks also awesome without it. You can put it on SSAO if you want to get that little extra on the details, but not losing too much of your frame rate. What I did to get this insane frame rate increase is I was running these new drivers, the 285.62, and I switched to the old drivers, very old drivers, maybe 197.45, and my frame rate just went rocket sky high. I don't know what to say about it, but it was insane. Here I have some with the new drivers in the beginning. With these settings I had an average of 67 frames per second. It's pretty high, but not on the higher settings and higher resolutions. But running this on the older drivers, I had an average of 102 frames per second, and my max frame rate was 167. As with the older drivers, my max frame rate was 105. So that's a huge increase. Running the game, the first level on 1680 by 1050, I had an average of 47 frames per second, and with the old drivers I got 66 frames per second. So insane. Sure, you'll be missing out some of the minor post-processing details, but I can't tell which they are, because if you see the video next you will say like, what, this looks like, actually looks like every other video I watch on the internet. Maybe a little less detailed, but nothing to worry about. And what you have to do is go into the where you have origins, and mine is programfiles, origin games, Battlefield 3, and then you click with the right mouse button, create a new text document or something like that, and you're gonna type in there render device dot force render ahead limit, and then spacebar 1. This forces the game to render 1 frame ahead. This actually fixed the stuttering with the new drivers, but it dropped your frame rate also by like 10-15 FPS, so ugly. What you also have to type in is worldrender.spotlightshadowmapenable 0. This disables the crappy triangular shadows that are not yet fixed, so, and it gives you a nice FPS gain too. And then you're gonna save it just save it and change the extension to .cfg. What this does is create a config file that will load every time the game starts, and every time the game starts a new map, loads a new map. So you don't have to worry typing in those commands every time you die, every time it loads something. So you're fine with that. Make sure when cutscenes start, I have experienced problems with VSync on in this game. When cutscenes start, they run in like slow motion, they stutter and stuff. What you have to do is open the console with the little button above tab and type render device dot vsync enable, leave a space between that, and then 0. This disables vsync. Don't worry about activating it after a cutscene stops, because it will activate automatically in the engine because you made that config file. So no problems there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It really put a smile on my face when I installed these older drivers. I was like, what the hell is going on? My frame rate's all like, wow. So I hope you get that feeling too. There are places in the game where the frame rate isn't much higher, but I can assure you the frame rate will be higher at all times with these drivers and these settings. And at sometimes the frame rate just doubled, and most of the time my frame rate was at least 50% better than what I had with the new drivers. So tell me your experience with this. If you're having any problems, just message me and I'll try to help you. And thank you for watching this video.
What are you? Huh?